Good afternoon and welcome to our indoor air quality training class. This is brought to you by RGF Environmental Group, and this class will be focusing on HVAC technical training and RGF Group's REME Halo. Brief agenda, we'll go over RGF history, validation and test results. What has this company been up to for the past 30 plus years? We'll dive into indoor air quality, IAQ 101. What's going to make us as the HVAC professional seem even more professional in the home when it comes to talking about indoor air quality issues that our homeowners and business owners might be coming across? We'll discuss some older passive technologies, where we've evolved from UV lights, PCO devices, and into the RGF Advantage. What are we doing differently? What is it we're specifically doing in regards to the REME Halo? And last but not least, we'll dive into what I truly think separates RGF from most manufacturers in this space is not only their technology, but their ability to dive into any application that comes across your desk, whether it's a PTAC unit, a 100-ton commercial system, a mini split, or just a standalone portable unit you might need for some air purification needs. This company really knows what they're doing and can provide you guys those application-specific products. We will wrap it up with some sales tools, marketing, and support. What can we provide you as reps in the field to help you guys get your job done? Who is RGF Environmental Group? RGF is headquartered in Riviera Beach, Florida. Those not familiar with the Florida market, that is roughly 10 minutes north of West Palm Beach, so it is nestled down there in the Southeast Florida market. RGF Environmental was founded in 1985 and have since provided the purification of air, food, and water. We will briefly discuss water and food treatment options, but this PowerPoint is strictly focused on the air purification division, with a strict focus on the technical aspects for HVAC technicians. The shot there on the left is RGF Environmental's 100,000 square foot enviro-friendly facility. Those in the Florida market or those planning on a trip to Florida, if you're ever open for a factory tour or just want to learn a little bit more about the company, they're very generous hosts and will open their doors to just about anybody who wants to come check out the factory and see where REME Halo and their other assorted products are made. What does RGF do? As previously mentioned, they offer the purification of air, water, and food. This could be anywhere from industrial, commercial, to residential, military contracts, food processing facilities, you name it. Very broad ability to enter a lot of market segments with their technology. This top left shot you see here is the water treatment systems being used with the U.S. military. The second image there is RGF's food treatment tunnel, which we will briefly discuss here shortly. And last but not least, your bottom left shot is the RGF Guardian Air indoor air quality air purification system being installed in an animal habitat. We will obviously have more on the IAQ side here shortly. Moving on, with RGF being in business for 34 years now, obviously validation is a big part of their success. When you've been in business that long, you have a slew of information, whether it be test results, active patents, you name it. The big takeaway from RGS validation is third-party test results by nationally accredited laboratories. There's a lot of IAQ manufacturers out there making some claims. The key is provide the proof and the details. RGF can provide a test result booklet that has folks like the CDC, the National Microbiology Center, Kansas State University, the Midwest Research Institute, tons of validation, all located here on the test result booklet. The test result booklet shown here, along with most of the literature that we will discuss, is available at rgf.com. If you Google RGF literature request, it should be the first link that pulls you up, and it will allow you access to order literature as needed and drop ship it to your location. Moving right along to our indoor air quality 101 slide. This slide here is really where we become the professionals in the home. We joke our biggest nemesis now is the millennial demographic. The millennials now have become the number one home buyer. And unfortunately, there's probably folks listening to this webinar now that have been in this industry for over 25 years. The problem is most of who we're calling on or who we're going to begin to call on feel that they can Google for about 5 minutes and absorb that industry knowledge. The more we know, the more we can become educated in our own field, the more we'll earn that trust of who we're discussing these products with. So when we're in the home and we're talking about home comfort, there's really a couple basic categories of indoor air quality that we break our product solutions into and where we find these problems. Number one is microbes. The layman's term here is just the stuff that gets you sick. These are your bacteria, viruses, mold spores, MRSA, flu, E. coli. You guys get it. This is the bad stuff. REME Halo will reduce 99.9% of those germs. Our second category is gases. This could be organic odors from cooking, from pets, from humans, or from VOCs. VOCs is an acronym for a big jazzy word, volatile organic compounds. VOCs we see in a new car. You hop in a buddy's new car, it smells great, right? Well, all that smell is all the glues, plastics, leathers, adhesives baking in a hot car. So when we talk about off-gassing, yeah, we're not selling new cars, but where do we see off-gassing in our industry? Well, look at a brand new home. A brand new home was built with all the same glues, pressed woods, you had some tile, wallpaper, you name it. We start getting into the same kind of scenario, same kind of issue. We then begin to look at our last indoor air quality category, particulate. This is your dust, dander, your pollen. This is the stuff that kind of stays suspended in the air when the sunlight hits through the blinds early in the morning and you see that stuff kind of floating through your home. This is your particulate. At the end of the day, this is what's making you sneeze. Most homeowners, this is where we find a lack of education. Most homeowners believe that filter that's behind that air handler is designed to help and protect them and get their allergies out of the air. Most of us listening to this webinar understand that filter is no more than a maintenance item. It's designed to protect the equipment, not Mr. and Mrs. Jones inside the conditioned space. My metaphor here to relate to especially homeowners in the South and in Florida, folks that own pools or their neighbors own pools, is most of us understand that filter in a pool isn't designed to protect the swimmer. It's designed to protect the pool pump. And that's the exact same way that we need to convey this message to the homeowner is, yep, you can go buy that allergy filter at your local retail store, but the stuff that's making you sneeze isn't quite getting to that filter because it has little air mass. It's almost lighter than air. So it's not getting to that filter. And number two, that filter that you're buying is simply designed to protect the equipment. It's just like your pool pump. If you look at the pool metaphor again, if we stop putting chlorine in there, we're going to start getting issues with that pool. It's going to turn green. We're going to have stuff growing in there. A home is no different. We haven't gone lower seared systems and loosened our homes up. We've tightened these systems, or tightened these homes up, and installed higher seared systems. So now we have basically the same stagnant air blown over a copper pipe. Most homeowners at the end of the day don't really understand how an HVAC system works. I urge most of my technicians to peel the layers back when you're talking to homeowners. Talk about how the filter works. It's not designed to protect you, it's designed to protect the equipment. Ask your homeowners about allergies. If you look at your own personal space, if you ask your own family, if you had 10 family members sitting in a room and you said, hey, raise your hand if you or somebody in your household suffers from allergies. You're going to get at least 70% hands up in the room. So make sure we're having these conversations. And last but not least, when we talk about peeling back the layers, it sounds silly, but in my travels, I've been doing these trainings for 7-8 years. We hear a lot of the technicians laugh when we ask how many of your homeowners think that the condenser is providing fresh air into the system. It's an alarming amount of people really don't know how HVAC systems work. So when I say peel back the layers, educate your homeowner. If I'm a homeowner, why am I going to invest the money in a REME Halo or any indoor air quality product for that matter if I'm uneducated to the point of I think that I'm already getting fresh air through a condenser, or I already think that my air is being perfectly filtered through this tiny filtration system. Peel back the layers, educate your homeowner. That is truly the success recipe. As you peel back those layers and educate the customer, you'll learn what indoor air quality issues they're having, and being the professional, you'll know exactly what products and what solutions to provide them. At the end of the day, the HVAC technician, we're one of the few people that can control the entire comfort of a homeowner's experience within their own home. We work on what we call the circulatory system of the home, that is the duct space. And there's not one product that a homeowner can go buy. There's no Glade plugins. There's no candles. that are going to provide the benefits that an HVAC technician can when armed with the proper education and the proper indoor air quality solutions. As we continue indoor air quality 101, we're going to dive into the products and the treatments and solutions that we've been using since right around the 1950s, is when a lot of this was created. We break down indoor air quality products into two categories, active or passive, meaning they either treat contaminants at the site of the unit or they are active, meaning they go into the conditioned space and proactively purify germs, bacteria, viruses, and odors. First on deck is the basic UV light. The first word after UV lights on our PowerPoint slide is maintenance. I look at this product no different than your filter. It's providing treatment of the coil, but when it comes to destroying bacteria and viruses traveling through the conditioned space, it's a very limited product. Manufacturers for years oversold the capabilities of UV, and as we look down in the bottom of this slide, we'll see relative distance to effectiveness. When we go from 1.5 inches at 100% effectiveness, just 6 inches away from that lamp, we really start to lose our effectiveness. The real big takeaway is minimalized or minimum required sterilization time versus how quickly that microbe is traveling through. If you look at the red to the black lettering there, the red is how quickly it travels through. It's traveling way too quickly to be deactivated. The way UV works is line of sight radiation. So if you wonder why the top of your skin is usually tanner or you get a burn on one side of your body, it's because it's using line of sight. Where the radiation doesn't see, it's not effective. And it's no different here. If you see the other side of a coil where the UV is not reaching, you're going to see some growth. At the end of the day, this product is meant to keep that coil as clean as possible in between maintenance. So it is a good product. It is a maintenance item. As far as killing traveling flu viruses and mold spores, you're wishing upon a lucky star. This is truly a maintenance item. As we move along to our next grouping of indoor air quality technologies, we're going to keep building on as we move along to different technologies. You'll kind of see a theme later on when we get to the REME Halo, and I'll try to point these out as we go, where the engineers down at RGF Environmental Group really took the good from each product. And this is really where we start highlighting that feature. Ionization, it's a technology that's been around since the 1950s. It's made a recent comeback with some other manufacturers and master distributors buying and reselling and trying to get into the indoor air quality space. But this really was one of the first proactive air purification systems. It's not going to destroy contaminants on the spot like H2O2 hydroperoxides and the REME Halo does, but it will increase filtration. And the way it increases filtration is it makes groups of particulate and particles and the stuff that's making you sneeze, your dust, your dander, your pollen, it groups them together, makes them larger and heavier. The larger and heavier these dust, dander, and pollen groupings become, the easier it is for them to be filtered out, the less likely we are to breathe them and have allergic reactions. For those folks up north, it's a very simple metaphor. What's easier to throw, a snowflake or a snowball? It's a heck of a lot easier to throw that snowball once we pack all those snowflakes together. This is doing the same kind of process. Instead of our dust or our snowflakes kind of floating around willy-nilly, ionization is going to come in and pack little dust balls together and throw them at our existing filtration system, giving us a better air quality. This increase in filtration can be achieved with RGF Environmental Group's Clear Sky products, as well as ionization is incorporated in their induct air purification system, REME Halo. So the ionization benefit can be achieved two different ways with RGF's Clear Sky, which is typically 1/3 the price of existing competing manufacturers, and it can also be achieved with their flagship REME Halo product, which also incorporates ionization. As we continue on learning of the different IAQ products and technologies that have come on through the past, we get to PCO devices. PCO stands for photocatalytic oxidation. This is created with a UV light, which we learned about UV lamps in a couple previous slides, targets a titanium dioxide catalyst. What this does is it creates an advanced oxidation reaction, creating a hydroxyl radical. This hydroxyl radical, along with other oxidizers like hydrogen peroxide, oxygen, ozone, chlorine, are very capable in destroying bacteria, viruses, odors, germs, etc. The limitation to the hydroxyl radical is it is a very short-lived oxidizer. This is why it is often referred to as the bug zapper. If you had a bug lamp on your porch, it's going to kill 99.9% of the bugs that come in contact with the lamp. But if you're on the opposite side of the porch, probably not so much. Much like a PCO device installed in your home, in your supply plenum of your air conditioning system, if you have mold spores growing in your bathroom, or if you're in a training class listening to this webinar right now, if somebody's got the flu and they are hacking and sneezing all over the room, what are we waiting for those germs to be decontaminated? And the answer is we're waiting for it to travel through the entire room of people, squeeze by the filter, go through the HVAC system, and hopefully come in contact with this bug light or this PCO device. The bottom line is, although this type of technology did give way to further advancements and developments within the advanced oxidation technology category, the bottom line is they are passive products. Their main limitation is if you've got any kind of indoor air quality contaminant not traveling all the way through the conditioned space and coming in direct contact with this unit, you are leaving much to be desired in your indoor air quality. This is what leads us to the RGF advantage. What RGF does specifically, number one, is the REME Halo is kind of all of the best of the technologies in one. Aside from that, RGF makes essentially every type of technology when it's respect to indoor air quality. If you're looking for basic UV lamps as a maintenance item on the coil, RGF has their blue QR. You can move into their entry-level IAQ products when we get into our first level of proactive purification with the ionizer, which when we previously discussed was great at increasing filtration. And then we work our way into PCO advanced oxidation products, all the way up to our REME Halo, which as we dive in, we'll learn why it is such an elite product, why it is RGF's flagship product, as it essentially wraps up the best of all of these technologies into one proprietary, patented core technology.
RGF's REME Halo installs in your AC system. When the unit turns on, it produces ionized hydrogen peroxide molecules, which are distributed to every cubic foot of air in your entire home. Every time an ionized hydrogen peroxide comes into contact with bacteria, viruses, mold spores, VOCs, and odor, it quickly breaks down and destroys the air quality contaminants on the spot. The system also passes a charge off to all the dust, dander, pollen, and particulates in the air, which causes them to stick together. That increase in size will make your existing filter equipment more efficient at capturing these particles.
And we are back from our video break. Hopefully the video, which is available at rgf.com, was able to bring the big picture home as we dive further into RGF's REME Halo technology. What we do. The process to create hydroperoxides naturally occurs outside every day. The sun's UV energy reacts with key elements found in our atmosphere. These elements, silver, copper, rhodium, and titanium, along with air and moisture, naturally create this oxidation process, producing hydroperoxides. Taking note from Mother Nature, RGF Environmental Group's engineering team developed REME Halo to simulate the same hydroperoxides to purify your home or business. RGF's team accomplishes this task by targeting a broad spectrum UV lamp onto their hydrophilic catalyst, which has been integrated with these same key elements. This proprietary advanced oxidation process is what creates the hydroperoxides. One line a contractor gave us was, "This product allows you to open your windows without having to open your windows." What did he mean by that? Well, rather well said comment, as there's typically many reasons to not want to open your windows, depending on what environment you live on. It could be mold, dust, hot or cold weather, pollen, etc. There's typically one reason to open them: clean, pure air. Continuing on with hydroperoxides, where else do we see it? Well, we continue to see hydrogen peroxide in many products, including household items. We're used to seeing H2O2 in its staple brown bottle packaging, but what other household items have adopted it? Take Clorox. The brand name itself is synonymous with bleach, but by introducing their green labeled hydrogen peroxide cleaner shown here, Even Clorox understands that safe, effective cleaning is taking precedence over the long favorite in the harsh bleach. Or you can take a look at the teeth whitening industry, an industry projected to be $7.4 billion by the end of 2024. Big brand whitening strips would not want you to know that you can receive a similar whitening effect by mixing hydrogen peroxide and baking soda together. For roughly $2 or $3, you can recreate a billion-dollar industry in your bathroom sink. Last but not least, with the bottom image, you have Lysol, which started introducing spin-offs, including Lysol's Power and Free. The product here highlights the use of hydrogen peroxide in lieu of traditional chemicals. Whether it's providing a safer alternative to harsh bleach or removing unnecessary chemicals, many companies are making the switch to H2O2 as the safety greatly complements its effectiveness. We have and will continue to see hydrogen peroxide growing in popularity among many other product sectors. This brings us to hydroperoxide for indoor air quality and RGF's Guardian Air Purification System. RGF's first trailblazer in indoor air quality products was the Guardian Air. This product garnered immediate attention from contractors and is still in use today under its revamped Guardian QR Plus title, which notes its new quick-release replacement cell process. This product effectively creates hydroperoxides via RGF's proprietary patented technology, PHI. PHI stands for photohydroionization, which essentially means ionized hydroperoxides. These ionized hydroperoxides are created at the site of the Guardian purification system and are distributed by the HVAC system, allowing purification for the entire conditioned space. But while the Guardian air purification system is highly effective in reducing odors and destroying microbes such as viruses and bacteria, its inability to really address particulate and alleviate those who suffer from allergies left room for improvement, a task eagerly awaiting RGF's team of engineers. This led to RGF's team creating the REME air purification system, which now garners the name REME Halo. REME, which stands for Reflective Electromagnetic Energy, is RGF's response to those searching for a complete, proactive, whole-home air purifier. Armed with all the benefits of Guardian Air, like reducing odors, destroying bacteria, mold spores, and viruses, REME Halo now boasts features like ionization for increased filtration, a quick-release, no-tool replacement cell process, as well as a zinc-enhanced catalyst to ensure contaminants are destroyed on the spot. REME Halo is the first whole-home air purifier that addresses all three major indoor air quality categories.
RGF's REME Halo installs in your AC system. When the unit turns on, it produces ionized hydrogen peroxide molecules, which are distributed to every cubic foot of air in your entire home. Every time an ionized hydrogen peroxide comes into contact with bacteria, viruses, mold spores, VOCs, and odor, it quickly breaks down and destroys the air quality contaminants on the spot. The system also passes a charge off to all the dust, dander, pollen, and particulates in the air, which causes them to stick together. That increase in size will make your existing filter equipment more efficient at capturing these particles.
Welcome back from our video break. We are going to recap the REME Halo Advantage and then move into the final part of the presentation, which will include installation, warranty, and some of the final aspects. To recap the Halo Advantage, the REME Halo Advantage, is it's doing all three major categories. It's taking care of your microbes, that's your bacteria, your viruses, your mold spores. It's reducing your odors and VOCs while increasing existing filtration systems through ionization. We're going to group together that particulate, that dust, that dander, increase its size, and start throwing that stuff at the filter and increase the air quality overall. Installation and service. It's less than a 30-minute installation time. Product is installed in the supply plenum. A 24-volt transformer is included in the bottom of the box. Recommended cell change out is every 2 years. Maintenance and warranty. You have an over-the-counter exchange at your local distributor. There's a 5-year warranty on the ballast and a 2-year warranty on the replacement cell. We are now going to dive into some of RGF's application-specific products. They do have over 500 products. Any catalogs needed, as mentioned previously, most literature can be ordered online, or feel free to reach out to your local rep. The first product we'll dive into is the Clear Sky MS. This is an ionizer for mini splits. This is going to help increase filtration. RGF also makes the Clear Sky DM for standard applications. It magnetically mounts to the blower housing in a standard split system, or even a package unit for that matter. Both products are ionizers and will increase filtration. Moving along to the next product. This is actually a kudos to the contractor base that we deal with. Every year or two, RGF will have a focus group, bring in contractors all throughout the country to see where our limitations are, where RGF can get better, whether it's field support, marketing, or product in general. The magnetic mount package unit was one of those units. Many contractors that had rooftop units or standard package units had to get creative to install the REME Halo, especially a package unit. We didn't want to ask contractors to crawl under the house, find a supply plenum, so the engineers did us a very big favor and actually came out with this unit here that simply magnetically mounts to the blower housing. You wire 24 volts and you're out of the door. 3 different sizes available. Unlike the REME Halo, which has the adjustable shroud, which can be adjusted based off CFM, this unit has 3 different sizes, from 2 to 20 ton. Once you get over 20 tons, we dive into our light commercial and heavy commercial systems. Speaking of commercial systems, this unit here, it's a 48-inch rack when it's on its side, 4-cell configuration. Long story short, this unit can get up to 250 tons or 100,000 CFM. So not shown in our product category today. We have some products as small as the plug-in unit, which will do up to 800 square feet. They require 0 HVAC installation, 0 HVAC ductwork, all the way up to a 250 ton commercial chiller, and everything in between. RGF makes units for PTACs, mini splits, standalones, portables, as well as their flagship in-duct products, Guardian Air and REME Halo. The rapid recovery, this is a great tool. This is kind of the test drive the vehicle. We've got a lot of contractors that use duct purifications during maintenance calls or installations where they will show the before and after. If a home had any kind of musty smell, we're going to bring that down to a neutral smell. At the end of the day, this is a great remediation product. It was originally designed for Hiltons and Marriott's. That top left product there did not have a hose on it. And once again, our contractors give us the best feedback. Many of you guys asked for a 6-foot shop vac hose to run duct cleanings and purification processes, and we provided that, and it has been a home run thanks to you guys. So we've seen a retail closing rate of 40%. At the end of the day, this is really a good way to upsell your REME Halo by showing the before and after effects. Guardian Ice Machine. I know depending on your organization, some folks out there do not call on ice machines at all. Some are very heavily invested. If you have worked on an ice machine, you do know the kind of growth we can get in there. This is a very neat product. The Guardian Ice Machine is actually installed exterior. So you have a Guardian 5-cell installed on the wall, and then you have 2 output hoses as shown here. The output hoses will treat the collection area and harvest area, the 2 common places we see growth, and you replace this cell every 2 years as well. Very low maintenance. You're not going to have to go in there and clean every month or 2. Very effective in any kind of arena or restaurant where there's a lot of yeast. If they're baking bread in the air, that's where we typically see the worst issues with those ice boxes. This will give you the relief that you're looking for and satisfy your customer base. Moving on to the final set of products we're going to dive into. I know this has been a lot of information. As previously mentioned, all of this is available at www.rgf.com, or feel free to reach out to your local distributor or RGF rep. RGF has recently launched their complete filtration systems line. This covers everywhere from filter boxes, your 4-inch filter boxes, all the way up through HEPA filtration. So from a residential standpoint, you really can offer the homeowner pretty much the most premier IAQ package out there on the market. If you're going to couple a REME Halo with the Microcon either 350 or 675 HEPA filtration. You really can't bundle a better package together to accomplish and achieve the indoor air quality your customers are looking for. As we kind of peel away from the product knowledge portion, we're going to move towards the support that we as manufacturers and distributors can provide you all as the contractor. Some additional support we'll go over is the website, how to order literature, training webinars such as the one we are doing today, factory tours if you live near the area or plan on making a trip to the Florida area, we'd love to have you by. Talk about some of our marketing campaigns and some of the common ones we have seen throughout the years, whether it's our Got Flu, our Spring is Sprung in regards to allergies. And then we're going to wrap it up just to show you our personal use program, if that's something you're interested in, to order a unit for your home. And then last but not least, probably one of RGF's really cool premier programs, their private label program. The RGF website is a very, very good website to continue your education. Along with continuing education, it's a very good tool and resource center. So number one, there is a dealer locator listed on here. If you're not already listed on there and you are a premier dealer that's been factory trained, or you've had a rep in your office and have done training with your team, this is definitely the time to hop on there and make sure you're listed for your market. We do have a factory authorized dealer network on there. That's where we come into play with these webinars and trainings to help you guys get up to speed so you're up to the task when the call happens. Last but not least, there's additional warranty information, literature, test results, and videos. Once again mentioned, please use it as kind of a resource center. Literature request. RGF has done a great job in streamlining how they order the literature. You no longer have to run to a branch or wait for a rep to swing by. You can simply Google RGF literature request. It should be the first link that pops up online. If not, feel free to visit rgf.com and go to the resource area and you will find literature request tab. Super simple. You enter some basic information. The drop-down tabs are how many brochures you need, and they will drop ship right to your location. Sales literature. This IAQ quiz is just something to provoke more thought than anything. This is something that if you enter our private label or select contractor programs, we can customize some of these brochures to put your name, your company logo, address, phone number, etc. Make it your quiz. Essentially, what this quiz is doing is it's making the homeowner think about issues they might have. So we have some folks that use this. They walk in for a maintenance agreement. They offer it to Mr. and Mrs. Jones to say, hey, we're offering a free assessment of the air quality of your home today if you wouldn't mind filling out this quiz. I'm not going to go through every question, but just so you know, number one is your weed out question. Is fresh, pure indoor air quality important to you? If you're in a home and you get a big old fat red marked X on that no, feel free to fold up your RGF hat on and focus on a customer that's really interested in indoor air quality. Number two is, do odors from cooking and other sources tend to linger in your home? We use this question to kind of lean on anything that might be invasive. You don't want to tell a homeowner that their house smells, whether it be dog, cat, or some kind of food. This really is to have the homeowner check yes, and we can talk about cooking, and then maybe bring up the diaper smell from the baby room, or maybe there's a mud room with cleats hanging and they got teenagers. It's all about getting comfortable with the homeowner and really having them visualize the problems they may or may not be having, whether it be allergies or odors, and having them feel more comfortable talking about the issues in their home, and then that allows you to provide the solution to the problems they're having. Marketing campaigns. Got Flu has been one of our more successful campaigns in recent times. It's been running probably 4 or 5 years now. Postcards, flyers, hats are usually available through distributors. You can always shoot an email to your RGF rep. I'm sure they can get some swag for you. But at the end of the day, what they really want to focus in on is, this is, quote, the flu shot for your home. We are reducing the flu virus within the home. But more importantly, flu season is IAQ season and vice versa. During flu season, the corner of every intersection, you got a CVS or a Walgreens, really showing the, get the flu shot, get the flu shot, get the flu shot. we really kind of look at it as, well, more people are getting together for parties, holiday parties, the weather's a little bit colder, more people spend more time inside, and all of a sudden we start transferring these flu viruses back and forth. A lot of people aren't aware that there is something an HVAC technician can install in their home to prevent this from happening. Once again, we're fortunate enough to work within the circulatory system of the home. Let's really respect that responsibility, whether it's flu season or, quote, allergy season. Let us make sure we are providing home and business owners with the tools that we have to protect them during these problematic seasons. During these times, we obviously have all sorts of marketing material, whether it's Big Green Egg, Summer Grill and Chill, or Got Flu. This slide here is just showing you all the impactful ways that we try to get the word out there with our distributors, with our contractors. You guys, at the end of the day, let us know what's working, what's not working. That's really how we gauge the progress of what kind of support we're providing you guys. But this is marketing campaigns, more contractor support in the next slide, showing you all that we can make customized banners, whether it's to highlight RGF in your showrooms and offices. If you have regional trade shows or home shows coming up, the really cool thing is these pop-ups and banners, they're all made in-house. So if you include or if you join in one of our programs, whether it's the Select Contractor or the Private Label program, these are things that we can provide you guys as support. This is no charge. There's no upcharge, no fees. This is simply us looking to partnership with valued contractors. We're whittling down here. We've got about 4 or 5 more slides. These last few won't take long. Final little cue up on contractor support. We do have a personal use form. This allows contractors to purchase RGF products for their personal home or personal use. Typical REME Halo cost on the personal use is $300. This is available to select contractors, private label contractors, and once you have gone through RGF training, whether it be a webinar like today or whether it be an in-house training, this will allow you access to purchase a personal use form, or a personal use product, I should say, at a discount for your home or business. We did mention the Select Contractor program a few times. Really neat program. The number one advantage of the program is it allows you to take advantage of exclusive promotions that RGF will pulsate throughout the year. You also get customized literature and brochures. So the IAQ quiz we discussed, putting your company logo and your contact information, whether it be email address, website, phone number, we can start customizing some of that stuff and really make it yours and let you stand out. Third and final, and probably the most important, is you will have a dedicated RGF contact in Trish Alfley. So you'll have an RGF rep, you'll have your distributor rep, obviously, but then you'll have a direct line to the RGF facilities and factory. So if you need customized literature, if you need training, if you can't find a webinar link, you will have a dedicated RGF rep, which is a very, very good resource. Last but not least is RGF's private label program. This is kind of the Select Contractor program taken to the final step. So you still have a dedicated RGF contact, but we're really taking that next level. In order to differentiate you from other competition, you put your name, logo, company information on the unit. You send your information, whatever you want on the back of this logo and whatever you'd like on the box. We design it, we send it back to you for approval. When we get the thumbs up, it's about a week lead time, and we ship that product right to your doorstep. It still goes through distribution, but we drop ship it right to you guys, and your reoccurring orders are about 3 to 5 day ship times, and it's really just an awesome program. So you get your own product label that differentiates you from competition, as well as it's going to insulate you from any kind of online sales, and it really does provides an impactful way to get behind the product. We'll leave you with endless products, endless applications, whether it's residential or commercial. There's tons of opportunity out there. I would just like to say thank you for your time, and for more information, feel free to visit www.rgf.com, and thank you for your time.